Moving over to more stories, former ANC Women's League President Motshekga has denied allegations of ill discipline levelled by the ANC Women's League. The leadership of the ANC Women's League had pulled up Motshekga over reports that she was ineptly organising events under the banner of the ANC Women's League. The organisation says that Motshekga is an ANC NEC member but holds no leadership position within the Women's League itself. Meanwhile, Motshekga says that she has not organised any such event but has been invited to speak on women's issues during Women's Month. She says, and I quote, "I don't organise events but get invited to address different forums on women's issues. I am invited as a gender activist in different capacities. I still have more invitations that I will be honouring. My involvement in Women's League struggles dates far back before the ANC Women's League presidency," unquote. Well, Motshekga has refuted these allegations, and joining us on the phone line with more details on this is the Basic Education Department spokesperson, Troy Martens. A very good morning to you, Troy. Thank you so much for your time and for joining us on 8 and 7 this morning. Now, firstly, let's get your reaction with regards to all these allegations. What do you make of these allegations made by the ANC Women's League against Motshekga of ill discipline?
I think the allegations are completely absurd, and I know that the minister is very disappointed, especially because she hasn't organised any events, and that the ANC Women's League would go out of their way to issue a media statement without even consulting with the minister to actually find out what her program really entails. So it's a very premature and, quite frankly, silly statement that's been issued by the ANC Women's League, and a very disappointing one to treat a former president of the organisation with such disdain by levelling these allegations without even checking with her first if it's true. It's not true. So it's really disappointing for all of us. I think especially those who have been long-standing members of the Women's League as well. We're all quite disappointed with the statement.
And on the minister, Troy, Motshekga has said that indeed she has been attending several and various other women's events around the country. Now, in what capacity has she been attending those events?
It's Women's Month, and I think all leaders of the ANC should be out there speaking about women's issues, engaging with women about what their problems are, what their issues are, and where they want to see the leadership of the country resolving these issues. I think, it's completely absurd. Like you've mentioned already, she is the Minister of Basic Education. She's an ANC NEC member. She's a former president of the Women's League, but more importantly, she's been a gender activist her whole entire life. She's written papers on gender issues, gender-related issues, women's issues. She served time in prison during apartheid, fighting for the rights and liberation and dignity of women in this country. So I think to really make these allegations that are completely unfounded is really disappointing.
And now, Troy, the minister has also refuted these allegations, and you've also mentioned earlier on that these are actually baseless and unfounded allegations. Now, where do you think these allegations actually stem from the ANC Women's League side?
Well, you'd have to ask the ANC Women's League that. I have no idea where they got them from. The minister does attend, like we've said, many events, many women's events. She's invited to in many of her different capacities. And I'm not sure if perhaps they're mistaken, and if they are, I'm sure the minister would appreciate an apology from the ANC Women's League. But we have no idea where they got these allegations from. And the minister, like we said, has been attending these events, but she has never organised any of them herself.
And now, Troy, before I let you go, would you believe that there's actually an underlying issue, a problem behind this entire matter between the ANC Women's League and the minister, Motshekga?
Well, we wouldn't want to be accused of the same thing that we're accusing the ANC Women's League of. We don't want to make unfounded allegations that we are not certain of. But it does seem very odd and very strange that out of the blue, all of a sudden, these allegations would be made. So we would love to get to the bottom of it, and we would love to know what the ANC Women's League is basing these accusations on. And, we would love an apology if they're found to be wrong. I think we all need to be mature enough in where we are, in the positions that we sit in, to be able to go, oh, we apologize, we made a mistake, we've made these accusations without checking with you, without confirming. And even the ANC Women's League themselves, in their own statement, said it's alleged that the minister has been organising these events. So they haven't even verified any facts for themselves. Yet they go out and slander the minister's name, accusing her of ill discipline when they haven't even checked themselves.
Well, Troy, I do hear you. Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. That was the Department of Basic Education spokesperson Troy Martens unpacking more details on the allegations of ill discipline against Angie Motshekga, labelled by the ANC Women's League, which the minister has in turn labelled those as baseless and unfounded allegations and refuted those claims made by the ANC Women's League.